Head coach Beth Wilmeth for Northwestern volleyball. Congrats, coach. You just won the program's 17th UMAC title. It's shared right now, or it could be shared, but you have the chance to make it outright this weekend. What does 17 UMAC titles and your 7th in 10 years, what does that mean for Northwestern and the program in general?
I think it's just a mark of the players that have come through the program over the years. You know, we've been blessed with a lot of talented athletes who work really well together, and it's just fun to get to experience that. And some years we started kind of taking it for granted. Last year we were co-champions, and it was really important to us this year that we wouldn't share it, so we still have a weekend left. That's important to us. We want to do well this weekend.
Last year you shared the conference title with Minnesota Morris, and after a 5-set match here in the Erickson Center earlier this year, everybody kind of had Friday's match against them circled, but did it go a little better than you planned or hoped, or kind of take me through last Friday?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting to go in and be able to play at the level that we played at for 3 entire sets right away. I thought it would be a tougher match than it was, but our players were pretty fired up, and one of our goals this year was to sweep every team at least once in conference. I didn't think we could do it on the road, but it was fun to see our players step up and do that.
You talked before we went on about senior Hallie Meath and how she just came through defensively big time. Can you talk about her senior leadership in addition with the other seniors this year, their leadership of the team and kind of setting the tone at the beginning?
Yeah, each of our 3 captains, and Lizzie being a senior too, brings something different to the table in terms of their leadership style. And specifically for Hallie, you know, she actually read a letter to the team that she had written right before the match and just talked about what her teammates meant to her and how she wanted us to finish the season, and that really set the tone. And Hallie is a player that doesn't like to talk a lot. She likes to just do it, and she definitely just stepped up and took care of the ball on Friday for sure.
Hallie's one of 5 players that have over 2 kills per set on average. Is it hard to have so many people putting together in your offense in terms of your offense spread out versus having 1 or 2 go-tos, or is it kind of nice that you have the availability of some high power there?
Yeah, we want to be really well balanced, and we've talked about that as a team. Like, we don't have one person that's going to step up and just win a match for us. We need all of us to play well, so that's one of the things that's tough for us. But when we all play well, it's hard to defend us because we've got 5 really good hitters that can put the ball down.
Going into the season, you know, you had the hitters, you had some question marks at setter after losing Krista Stoltz, and yet you had your blocking there. What's one thing, looking back, when you're almost to the end of the season here, that you're like, I'm really proud at how we've come through with this one thing especially? Yeah,
you know, for us, the biggest thing this year was team above self. We've talked about that from the end of last season, how we just wanted there to be a lot of unselfishness on our court, and we've got some players who are phenomenal athletes that are not on the court. Jackie Smith started for us as a freshman. She's not playing regularly. Lydia Palkert has been a starter for 2 years, almost 3 years, and she's not on the court. And to see players like that can step aside and let other people play and still bring their best every day in practice, that's huge for us. And for us to be able to do that day in and day out, that's why we're successful.
Last Saturday after the game, you went to a player's house for dinner. Mm-hmm. Tell me about those kind of off-the-court activities that bring your team together even closer.
Yeah, it's fun when our players and their parents just arrange that stuff on their own. We try to do a lot of things from a coaching standpoint and set that up at the beginning of the year, but it's fun when our players just take the initiative to do some of those team-building things, and just that they really love playing together. I mean, they do that on their own, or love being together off the court even, so.
Finally, you've been to 4 straight NCAA tournaments. What does this team need to do to get better, to be ready for a UMAC tournament run and potentially to go into the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, for us, you know, we know that we've got the UMAC championship at this point, so it's important. We like the fact that we get to host the first and second round, hopefully, of UMAC play. But for us, we just really need to play consistently. There's times where we get a little too relaxed in the court, and we allow opponents to make runs on us, and so if we can play consistently, I think we'll do really well.